Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. As you know, today we're going to be making Christmas ornaments using the Glowforge, and I'm going to be using my cutting machine. I have a Silhouette to cut out the paper. So we'll be doing that. And I've got some paper here. It's American Craft is the brand. Here's some Sloth. Of course, I have plaid, as you saw, the red and black and the black and white. And then I have some little trees with the elk, and I have some snowflakes, just some Christmassy type things. I have some Christmas Santa, ho ho ho, with the reindeer, the little camper is what I have. I just grabbed up different ones, and I'm just gonna make up some ornaments. So stay tuned on this video and we will get started. Thanks so much. Okay guys, so I am gonna first open up my Silhouette. I'm gonna bring in the circle and make that a 3x3. Go ahead and do that. Then I'm gonna add my hole and I'm gonna make it a 0.25. Then I'm going to align it so it'll be centered. And then after I get that centered, I'm gonna go ahead and group it. So each ornament is gonna have two parts, the letter and then the back side, like a 3D effect. So now I'm gonna do an internal offset, and I did that at 2.43. And then I'll get that aligned. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna highlight the internal offset in the circle, and you're gonna wanna subtract it. So we'll take out that center part, and that is a must before you put the letter in, because if you don't do that, the letter's not going to have anything to stick to, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to bring in my letter A, and I'm not going to make it too fancy. I think the leopard print is semi-fancy, so we'll just stick with the regular A. I'm going to get that sized up so it can go in there. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of overlap the corners or sides. And the purpose for that is because you want to weld it, so the A becomes part of the circle. So when we go to cut it, it won't come out. So that's what we're doing here. That's welding it. Okay. Then when you have that welded, you can just go ahead and group it. I'm going to be doing an A for Allie, and then I'm going to do an M, and I'm also going to do a T. Okay, I am just doing the finishing touches, and I want to make sure it lines up good so I won't have any issues later. But if you did that duplicate, then it will be perfect. Okay, move that to the side. Now I want to do my other initials. I'll just go ahead and duplicate these circles since I am making 3 sets. I'm made the 6 circles, and I'm going to have to do them the same way as I did the hole I want to do first. Then I will want to do the internal offset of 2.43. Then after I do that, I will highlight the image and I will do the subtract. After I do that, I will bring in my initial. Once I get everything lined up and perfect, and then I will want to resize it to overlap onto the circle. So it's touching, so when I go to weld, it will weld my initial and my internal circle. Okay, there's that. And we'll do the same thing again with the M. Don't forget to root. Okay, same. Put your hole, your internal offset. Then you want to get it all sized up. Then you're going to bring in your M. I think I might change the font on the M. Make it a little nicer. And I'm going to use the plaid, the green plaid on that one, so that's going to really look nice. All right, about to weld that. All right, get it perfect. Let it catch. Then group it. Then I'm going to save it. And I will save it as a serving to be imported into the Glowforge. Ornaments. I always have trouble spelling that, as you can see. Ornaments. Alright, save that. I don't have time for that. It's asking me, I want to save changes, so I'm just going to go ahead and minimize it. Now I'm going into Glowforge. I'm going to create, upload image, import the ornaments. It will take a moment to process. And there's the last job I did. Wasn't too successful. I actually had the wrong settings and I did not subtract. So that was 2 double oopsies. As you see, it did not cut through. My setting was 135. So I'm going to be using the setting of 129. I always use Birch, 1/4 inch. So I imported my design. Now I'm going to be loading in my wood into the front. I'm not going to use the actual pass-through feature, but that's what that's for. but I didn't feel like cutting my wood. Since I can just do it that way, that's what I did. So now look at that baby go. So I think I was getting 2 here, circles. Since my wood wasn't long enough, this was the actual leftover piece from when we cut it initially to fit into the machine, the 2x4. So I'm repurposing. And I really like to watch this. There's just something about it, and when it drops, that's that moment. That's what you want. It means it's a perfect cut. So I'm always looking for the drop. All right. The back side of my ornament. And you see how the T is. You could tell that it welded right there. Okay, I had 3. Now we're doing the A. You can already see the drop in that one. And I believe it took 4 minutes. 4 and something. But that's not bad. You get 3 pieces lasered out. There is so much you can do. I still need to do a lot of things. Okay, now that's done. Here I am, opening the top and getting my pieces out. It's so hard to pull them out, and then if they're coming out at the same time when you're pulling them. So I just try to take them out when I first open it, if you can. You saw one fall, but I got them. There they are. Okay, so now I need to cut out my other ones. So this time I'm going to use some wood I had from a previous job. And that was a 20 by 12. So I just put it in there. And you see me taping that up. Because we do have the vent, but even though we have that, sometimes since you use the pass-through feature, some of that smoke will seep. And it smells like barbecue. So I try to minimize it. I also have another fan that's good for that. Right there I'm showing you the filter. I always turn on the filter, then hit the magic button. And that is that wood I told you from the previous job. I had made a witch hat and the pumpkin that I had put on the Nightmare Before Christmas wreath. If you saw that, I also made a video on that. If you're into wreaths, you should watch it. Okay, here we go. And you can see that drop in there. And as I said, I always use birch, 1/4 inch. You know, when you find something you like, you just stick with it. At least I do. I had used sanded plywood as well. And that's good too. Alright, that job is done. Take my tape off. Repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. That dropped because you see that came right out. Okay, so I'm trying to remove that hole, which I did. It's good to have like your weeding tool or something sharp where you can poke that through. I am done with that. Close that out. Now I'm going back into my silhouette. And now it's time to cut out the paper. So I am going to cut that out, and I'm going to use my cardstock setting. My force is 20, my speed is 4. Okay. Press start. Let it do its thing. That plaid, I love that plaid. I have a Silhouette Cameo 3. Yeah, I think I need a new mat. What do you think? Alright, that is done. There's my little sloth, my plaid, and my leopard. Okay guys, here is the finished product after cutting out the ornaments, the circles, and the paper. I used the leopard, the sloth, and the plaid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stain this one, and then I'm going to use spray paint to do the T and the A. These I am just going to stain the back side of them. All right. Okay guys, so here I am using my wood stain, Minwax and English Chestnut. I am going to be staining the M and the back sides of the ornaments, so you won't see that burn looking mark there, and just to make it finished. So that's what I'm doing right there. Then after I do that, I'll go ahead and spray paint my other ones, my other initial ornament, the top half. And for that, I'm going to be using a red and a glitter. Both of them are Krylon brand. So the red is called Gloss Banner Red. Just give it a good squirt. And then the other one is Glitter Blast Silver Flash. That's really pretty. Hi, I don't know if you see me, but now we are at the final part. This is how it came out. Here's the glitter one. Here's the A for Allie. And there was a bit overspray from this one, but I'm okay with that because I like glitter. And here's the M with the stain. So for me, I want the leopard. And I did do these circles. The ornament is 3 by 3. And I cut out the circles 3 by 3. I should have done it a little smaller because you could kind of see it. So I'll probably trim that up. I have some scissors here. Probably trim that up, or you can sand it, but I'll just trim it up a little. So that's how that's gonna look. And then the M. Oh yeah, this needs to be on the back, the stain. The M with the plaid. And then the sloth, the cute little sloth. Where's the hole? There it is. With the T. So I like that. I think that looks very Christmassy. So what we're going to use is Mod Podge. And I'm going to use a silicone brush for smoothing it out. because if you don't smooth it out, you will see a little bit of lumps if you put too much. So I'll be using this silicone brush. You can get these at Dollar Tree or order them online. I have them for making tumblers, so I already had some. And then once we glue the paper on, we're going to use Gorilla Wood Glue for the wood. So let me go ahead and trim this up. Okay, those are weird. I'm just going to trim a little bit and you won't see it. So I'll probably next time just make it a tad smaller. Yeah, but you can use anything to paint them. You can use acrylic paint, glitter, like actual glitter. I use the spray can glitter, but you can use glitter, and you probably could seal it with a clear spray or that polyurethane. So that's an option for you if you wanted that. Or you can paint them with stain. I know they have different color stains. So let's see how that is now. Yep, that's good. Just a little more right there. You don't want to see that peeking out. So I did put this lacquer on it as a finish, but you can always use a clear coat or something like that, but I just went ahead and used that. Let's get my Mod Podge. So you just put, like I said, a thin coat of that because it's gonna be reinforced once you glue the top part of it on there. So that'll be very secure on there. Just smooth that out. Line that up with that circle there. I'm ready for Christmas already, even though Halloween was just the other day. It wasn't a good turnout. I think everybody did their own thing at the house. I heard somebody say they had a pinata, so that seemed fun. I got my son and the neighbors' kids together and we painted pumpkins. And of course they got candy. And they had a good time, a fun time together. Then my son, we walked around the neighborhood. We went around the block and got the candy from basically the front porch. Nobody was really out. They just put their bucket out. Okay, that's on there. I'll kind of let that dry while we do the next one. I love leopard print. These don't need to be sanded. Okay. Oh, did I cut this one? Oh, I didn't. See, I caught it though. Yeah, I'll also be doing some more ornaments, like engraved ones. I have a couple I did that I want to show y'all on another video. We can do that. Yeah, but they had tons of this paper. I really like this way of doing it because there's such a good collection. I know I had got this paper on sale. It's like $4 for $1. And you can get quite a few out of these out of one sheet. So you could probably do a set. I've seen sets like in 6. and they're good. And the little sloth. I'm a sloth. I love these little guys. They're so cute. Okay, just spread it evenly. Trim it. I don't know if I'm going to use the twine or I have like leather, and then I have two ribbons as far as for the hanger. But I will show you all that here in a second. Get out there. Okay, now we will move on to the wood glue, and you can use this too, and that's the reason I like silicone, because you can wipe these off. You don't have to keep using your paintbrushes or messing up your paintbrushes or your foam brushes. You can just use that. So I like to squeeze some and then spread it the same way, because it doesn't take a lot of this either. This is pretty good. That was kind of a lot, so you might want to have you a napkin handy. Alright, and this, when it dries, you can kind of, if you have a little overage, I just usually take my X-Acto and take it off that way, but if you can help it, you can have it clean before you have to do any of that with the thin layer. Okay. So cute. And then what I do, I don't use the vice grips for this. I'll just use something heavy to put on it. So what I have close by is the glitter, but that's not that heavy. I have my leather weight, so I'll just use that. Put that to the side. Okay. Now let's do the M. These make great gifts. Make them or sell them. Personalized is always good. And you can make these say Merry Christmas instead of just the initial, or you know, if somebody got married this year, established 2020, baby's first Christmas, or we can do pet ornaments with like the paw print with the dog or cat's name. Those are just some other options. I like these. I'm gonna definitely have to do some pet ones though. I did do one paw print. I sent to my friend. Okay. So now I'm gonna line up those circles and see, it kind of got bled over a little bit. I do have another small silicone, and I'll just take that and clean up that right now. This is just a smaller tip. You can tell I use it, huh? Yeah, this was a new way for me to do it. The other way, I had put holes in it, and I laced it basically, the two sides. I really didn't use the glue, but I wanted to try it this way as well. Different options. Both are good. I'm sure there's some other glue you can use for these. There's that one. Let's put a weight on it. That's the same one. I'll put my cup on that one. Okay. Last one. Let's see if I can do a thinner strip on this one. Just gonna do a couple little dots and then spread them out. That's good. Use my little one here. Okay. Maybe I went too light. All right, I got a good coat on that. And once it adheres, so it'll be fine. Then we'll put a string through it too, so they can hang on the tree. Okay. So I'm gonna use this one. I just got this white. All right. Grabbing my ribbon. This is 3/8 inch ribbon, and it's 3 yards. So I have some red. I have some tan, like burlap. I also have some, what is this? Some of my husband's leather rope. I'm trying to see if I see a name. I don't see a name. Maybe right here, let's see. No, we just know it's tan. I would just call it leather rope or lace. So let's start with this one, the sloth. I think the red will look good, perfect. Let's get it through there. Okay, so that fit. And I will link in the description description what size I cut the hole, because I don't recall right now. I think it's 0.0195. I'm not sure, but I will let you know. So I'm just going to do that through there, make a little loop, and then a knot. And that's it. You can double knot it, and then I will cut it. Oh, bad cutter, guys, look at that. These aren't my fabric scissors, but okay, and you can do that to the back. So there's that. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, I brought these to show you how I did the last one. I put holes on both sides and then I looped it through with some thick string. So those were these. Okay, the next one we did was the M. Clean that up. And if you, it's dry, so if you rub it a little bit, it will come off. So I would definitely use silicone because it is paper, so you don't want to tear that unless you're real careful using something else. You got to see, I rubbed that and it came right off, like when you have glue on your hands, then you rub it off. That's what it did. Okay, so that looks good too. That, or I think this one. I think the leather lace. I like that. That's probably easier to get through too. Okay, I'll probably double knot this. It's a little thinner. Okay, clip that. Bring that forward. There's that one. All right, last one we have is the leopard. I think that might look good. Yeah, because the red's not gonna work. I don't have black. I think I'll do this brown, the leather one. It's a good contrast. I didn't double knot that one. There we go. And I have a little mini tree here, even though these are not mini ornaments. Let's see how it looks in a tree. I need to make some mini ones for this too, huh? But you get the gist. What I'm trying to do, show you how it looks. And I had this tree on my desk. But we'll just have to make some mini ones. So there it is. Your Christmas ornaments using the Glowforge and your cutting machine. Thanks for watching.